Guys, I'm just Jersh and welcome back to the next episode of The Binding of Isaac Repentance. New camera angle, you guys are very far away. That's okay though. I'm getting used to it. I got a new ring light. The ring light had like a attachment thing in the middle for the webcam, which ended up pushing the whole setup back like another foot. It's very weird having this big wide view, but it's okay. It's like you're 7 feet tall and I'm a short king, so just enjoy it. Enjoy the sight. We are playing some more Binding of Isaac Repentance today. We're close, baby. I did what I said I was gonna do. I went off camera. I beat the beast. I won with a half heart because I hate this character so much, and it's so dependent on whether or not you get a good reroll. Let me say this. I know I've handled a lot of this stuff off camera. When it comes to the final run, which will be Tainted Jacob Beast, even if we lose it, I don't care how many attempts it takes, we will get it on camera. I promise you. I'm just trying to expedite the process a little more, but we're not going to do that today. Today we're going to do Tainted Eve to Mother, our second to last run. That was dumb. I don't know why I came in here. We need our little lumps, our lovely lady lumps. We may die here, and I think that's okay. In fact, we will probably die here. And I think that's okay. Tainted Eve obviously starts off very, very weak. Although the HP upgrade potentially here is kind of nice. Tainted Eve has been changed ever so slightly. Your little lumps now... Yeah, I think we just mom's knife it so on this run. Your little lumps decay over time. So they start off at a certain threshold of HP. Ooh. The little lumps start off at a certain HP threshold, and then you can see slowly over time they wither. So it's in your best interest to sump them back up. It is in your best interest to sump them back up. Okay. This run actually is okay now. I was going to just sacrifice this one into the ether, but I think it's actually turning out okay. I'm going to get these out of here just so I don't accidentally shoot them. I'm sure I'm going to accidentally shoot them. We need to remember, we're doing mother fights. So we are attempting to go to the alt path in this one. Alt path is ultimate destination. I'm excited. I'm also excited, although it's going to take a while to get used to this weird new webcam position. I think I like it better. Let me know. It's new, and I tend to be a person who's like super... anytime anything changes, I'm instantly like a little off-put by it, which is weird. I think there's like a psychological study that people did a long time ago. I wanted to originally be a what do you call it? And I think they call them industrial psychologists. They're like psychologists that go into workplaces and try to use psychology to improve workplaces to make people more productive and such. This is a great item. Mucormycosis is a great item. If we could get a bomb and access this tinted rock, I'd be happy. I used to want to do that, because I thought it was just kind of interesting, and there was a study that they did, a little test that they did, and they found that if you go into a workplace and you change something, I think they did it with like the color of the light, like the ambient lighting in a room, just normal white light versus red light versus blue light, etc. They were originally testing to see what color light would give the best employee, like, boost to employee performance, and they found that it improved every time they changed it, even when they changed it back. So they started it like, you know, with a red light, and it was, I can't remember exactly. Let's say like it's a scale from 1 to 100. That's productivity. So at a baseline, it was at like a 10, and then they switched it to a red light and it went up to 12, and then they switched it to a blue light and it went up to 14, and they switched it to a green light and it went up to 15, and then they switched it back to a red light, which they had already done before, and it went up to 18. So what they essentially found was that it goes up over time no matter what. I don't think we probably shouldn't have given this guy so much money. He's probably not going to pay out. Yeah, that was a big waste of money over the course of this floor. Okay, I don't know why. I'm getting like, I'm getting weird vibes from this run. Maybe because they won't give me any consumables and we can't go to the alt path. This run's giving me some weird, it's giving me like OG Isaac vibes for whatever reason. Maybe I'm starting to get nostalgic, but I'm getting the same feeling on this run that I did on like the first episodes of Isaac that I ever recorded. Which is why my brain is seeming to also struggle to come up with takes to talk. I don't know why. This has never, I promise this is the first time this has ever happened. I promise. It's strange. It's a weird phenomenon. I did just finish streaming. So perhaps my, yeah, we'll take that. The occasional flight could be good. Turn one bomb into two bombs here. Something about it. I don't know. We've been streaming Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion, let me go ahead and say, original Luigi's Mansion on GameCube, one of my favorite games of all time. New Luigi's Mansion for the Switch, which has been out for a while, but I didn't play for a very long time for whatever reason. Very good, maybe better. I haven't decided yet. We're towards the end of the game. I think we got like 2 more hours to go. I'm leaning towards somehow even better than the original, but it's tough. Tech 2 is amazing. Oh, they all get the laser, man. I didn't realize that they all got the laser. Okay, cool. Let's grab this to make sure we can go to the alt path. Okay, so yeah, this might just end up being the greatest run of all time, and that's totally okay with me. Let's go in here. See what we got going. Nothing super interesting there. Nothing super interesting there. I'll take them. Power Pill's not bad. Pretty Fly is good as well. Okay, this seems amazing. I did not think Tech 2 would work with the little giblets as well. The fact that it does. Do we just shred now? Wow. This is pretty good. Is about all I could say about this. This is amazing. Cool. Well, that's good. That means I can kind of like go on autopilot to. Where would you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? It means I should to some degree be able to just go on autopilot for this run, which is kind of nice. We've been playing Luigi's Mansion. It's really good. The only thing I haven't loved about Luigi's Mansion 3 thus far is sometimes there's a lot of backtracking. They really like you to backtrack and go to areas that you've been prior, which a lot of games do. I'm not necessarily against it. If you take away my HP experimental treatment, I'm gonna punch. Who would have guessed a Tears Down? Who could have guessed it? They did give me HP, so I can't complain. But we got a Speed Down and a Tears Down. The Tears Down doesn't hurt as much with Tech 2 though, so I think I'm fine with this. Because Luigi's Mansion 3 is a, Maggie's Faith is so good. Oh my gosh, that's the trinket of our dreams. Yeah, that's tremendous. And a Power Pill. That is unbelievably good for us. That's an extra HP container per floor. And the more HP that you can get as this character, the more powerful you are. So that's just all around fantastic. Okay, let's get through this floor as quickly as humanly possible. Oh my gosh, the red hearts are nice too. We'll just keep building up this army. The bigger the army gets, BTS style, the bigger the army gets, the quicker we should just like eviscerate stuff. Now, with the new mechanic of our little nubs withering, they do lose HP over time a little bit faster. Dude, he just can't do anything. He just can't. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is fun. I like this a lot. Probably should go ahead now and give a warning. If you are not good with light photosensitivity, this probably, I'll forgive you if you choose to turn this one off and maybe tune in at a later date. I think that's completely understandable. There's a lot of flashing lights going on here. So if you'd like to either tune off and just listen or just show up for the next episode, which barring a catastrophic failure is certainly looking like it's gonna be the Tainted Jacob run. I could totally forgive you. But yeah, Luigi Mansion 3 takes place in a hotel instead of a mansion. So there's a lot more like verticality to the level. And each level... Ooh, baby, that's great. Each level kind of has its own theme, which is pretty adorable. Instead of each room having its own theme like they did in the OG Luigi's Mansion. That's not what I wanted to do. It definitely they try to, it seems at least, like kind of artificially stretch some of the content though by making you backtrack, which is not always my favorite in games. I think, by the way, I'm not gonna fight the boss because I don't want to risk dying with a run this good. I say we go pick up the knife piece and we go. I don't want to potentially mess up a great thing here. I don't think we're strong enough that we should be able to do the entire floor. I changed my mind. Let's do it. We're definitely strong enough that we can just do the entire floor without getting hit, right? Should be. At least in theory. At least in theory, we're kind of melting stuff. In theory, we should be able to get through everything that we need. Another power pill is nice. I was gonna say this room is potentially concerning, but we got through it nonetheless. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. We got our two bombs, which is perfect. Get utterly bodied. Get utterly bodied. Yes. Okay. Yeah. That would have been silly to not do this. We're literally so strong we can't die. Okay, and another, is that already the mom transformation? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That means I've picked up 3 range upgrades from my bosses thus far. Oh no, we got mom's pearls from a chest, but still. Mom's underwear and mom's heels. Not really doing much for me, especially... Why did I come in here? Not doing a lot for me. I don't have a spacebar item. Not doing a lot for me, especially considering how, I'm doing all my damage with Tech 2. Anyway, I would highly recommend Luigi's Mansion. If you like Luigi's Mansion 1, you'll like Luigi's Mansion 3. It's been pretty solid. I've also been on a major... I go through random kicks of video games all the time. I go through random video game kicks all the time. Where I just get utterly addicted to them for a couple of weeks. Play them like 8 hours a day for a couple of weeks and then never touch them again for about 6 months. And I think the game, at least that comes to mind that I'm currently going through, that happens to the most with is Stardew Valley. I don't know why I can only get addicted for short little bursts. I realized recently I'd never made it past year 1, which is crazy. The game doesn't really start until past year 1. So it's a little wild that I've never made it past year 1 in the past. Like, that's when the game gets good. Year 1, you're just like essentially trying to stay afloat. Like, you're struggling for money constantly. You can't put a lot of time into much else other than just like taking care of your farm because you need money. And then Stardew Valley is very, at least making money in that game, it's very like multiplicative, if you will. It's very, it's like investing kind of. Like in the beginning, you don't have much. But then once you start getting more, it kind of grows exponentially and you can just like use the money to make money. I use the stones to destroy the stones. I'm a little nervous that I just realized we have to turn... Eternal Heart gets taken first, so our Eternal Heart's getting turned into a little nub. Which means he has to survive the entire floor. He's gonna have to survive the entire floor if we want the benefit of the nub. Potentially frightening, but again, with how strong we are, shouldn't be too big a concern. This is a very good Tainted Eve run. Usually, like, Tainted Eve is a good character. Usually she takes a little bit longer to get going, though. This is, You don't really have to try very hard here. Oh, you piece. The fact that all of the little guys also get the Tech 2 laser, you don't really gotta try much to make this one pop off, which makes me very excited. But anyway, I had never made it past year 1 before in my entire life, and typically the cycle that happens with Stardew is I get addicted to it and I start a new farm, and then I play for like a couple weeks, which usually gets me to like winter-ish, and then I just kind of fall. I have a little bit of a falling out with Stardew, and I'm like, you know, or another game comes along that I want to play a little bit more, and I switch over to that game. Still got my white sump, good. And I switch over to that game. Then inevitably 6 months later, I get re-addicted to Stardew Valley, and I go, you know what, cool. And I see where I was before, and I'm like, oh, I was in winter. But then I don't remember anything about the save file or where I was. We'll go for spun. I don't remember who I was trying to woo or date or what achievements. Like, I don't remember anything. Was I fishing? Was I doing this? What upgrades did I pick? It's completely gone by that point. Stopwatch is amazing. So then I go, you know what? Since I don't remember what I was doing here, let's just be safe. Let's start a new farm. Let's just start a new farm. That's the smarter option. Then I'll know what's happening. Don't kill my children. No, my children. Gotcha, brother. Okay, deal with you piece. Deal with the angel, Poggy. What do we got? It's Sacred Heart. I thought it was Sacred Heart for a second. It's not the real Sacred Heart. It's the fake Sacred Heart. But I think that's still like a 20% damage increase, which is great. And we... Ghost chest? And we get the random little halo of tears surrounding us, which is also nice. Okay, some thorium, HP upgrade, next floor. This is an amazing run. This is one you tell your kids about, ladies and gentlemen. Were you here for the magical Tech 2 Eve run, Tainted Eve run? The second to last run on the save file. Okay, let's go. This one is looking like it's gonna be a win, which is very exciting. But yeah, anyway, so usually I start a new Stardew World farm because I forgot what I was doing last time, and then the cycle just repeats, right? I fall out of love. 6 months later, I want to stop playing. Remember it 6 months later, pick it back up. Don't remember where I was. It's a never-ending cycle. Well, I'm proud to say I finally broke the cycle this time. And I love Stardew, by the way, even though I'd never made it past year 1. I would consider it one of my favorite games of all time. It's very cozy, very fun. I've just never committed to a long-term playthrough of it for whatever reason. But I'm proud to say that I finally have, for the first time ever. When I came back, I got the itch a couple weeks ago. Please don't ruin my run item on the right. We could just take the straw and really not worry about it, but where's the fun in that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I decided instead of starting a new farm, I was like, you know what? I may not remember what I was doing on this save file, but I'm just going to pick it back up. What's the worst that could happen? I'm just going to pick it up from here in winter of year 1, and we'll continue. And I did exactly that. And it's been a tremendous time. I'm flying through the game. I'm on year 2 summer. And I completely understand what people mean when they say that the real Stardew experience starts after year 2. Once you're not struggling so bad for money and you can actually buy the upgrades you need from the farm. You're not spending every day. You can make iridium sprinklers. You're not spending every day outside for the first 3 hours of the day watering every single plant you own. It's a completely different experience. You get to start doing the fun stuff. It's like retiring almost, or at least I assume. I'm gonna have to work for the next 60 years before I can finally retire. But I assume it's what retirement will someday be like. You know, if the social security system doesn't collapse and it's still there for us, maybe someday, hopefully, maybe. Let's see if we could buy something cool in here. Blue map is okay, but not my favorite. I will take this, even though it doesn't do much for us yet, and probably will not do anything for us eventually, but you never know. For 7 cents... For 7 cents, it's a solid pickup. So yeah, I'm in summer of year 2. Things are going tremendously well. I have just proposed to the girl of my dreams, Leah. Not actually the girl of my dreams. Typically, I go for Haley every single time, but I told myself I was going to try to be a more interesting person. Oh, baby. I don't like this item really that much. You double tap to put a shield out. It's fine. It just like doesn't do a lot for me. But I'll try to remember every now and again to double tap and throw a shield out. This boss sucks. Always has, always will. Hate this boss with a burning passion. Wish he didn't exist. It's okay. We'll get through it nonetheless. I'm saving the Magician card, by the way, for as long as possible. I gotta imagine that a Magician card with this setup, it will just completely and utterly slap, right? Okay, we definitely need to keep our little nubs alive. This run starts to suffer pretty darn severely when the nubs are not alive, so we gotta do whatever we can to keep those guys alive. Hopefully no deal with the angel here. It's a low percentage chance, but we already saw it. You piece. That's unfortunate. The HP up is great. And the tears up, thank you. And we've already seen what's in there. Okay, we need second knife piece. Do not mess it up. Do not die here. We shouldn't die here. And then we need to go down to the mausoleum. As long as I don't mess that up, as long as I don't go down the wrong path and mess it up, this is probably a win, which is very, very exciting. Tainted Eve can be very feast or famine, so to be gifted such a stunning run, probably shouldn't have brought all these nubs in here, probably should have slurped them up before, but that's okay. Hopefully they don't die when they get charged, otherwise no eternal heart for us on this floor. Yeah, it's just it's a very good character. I'm very happy with this run. Tinted Rock there, probably not going to be able to do anything with it. That's okay. But yeah, I'm like doing things now in Stardew that I've never done on any of the previous runs because I never made it to year 2, and just when I thought I like couldn't enjoy the game anymore because I already liked it to such a severe degree. I already thought it was very much a slapper of a game. Looks like they don't die, by the way, which is great news. We should be careful though. Don't hold the shoot button. Yeah, just when I thought I couldn't like the game anymore, I play it the way it was actually meant to be played, aka not being a quitter. And my goodness, it's even better. How long will this little addiction to Stardew Valley last? I don't know. Like I said, it's usually like it goes in like little 6-week bursts typically. It's unfortunate. I somehow managed to not open up the thing that I needed, but it's okay. I think I found a new way through. You son of a gun. Okay, he's done it. A little bit more. This is maybe the most annoying room in this entire, of all of the potential mother chase sequence rooms. That's maybe the most annoying. Fantastic. All right, we're out. Go down to the mausoleum and you're in a good spot. Really what we need at this point, like the only thing that could be concerning is if we slowly get whittled down on HP. Which is like always the concern with Tainted Eve. If we run out of HP and can't make a bunch of little sumptoriums, suddenly this becomes a lot more difficult. Grab your... I almost went down. I almost went down. I almost did it. I almost did it. It suddenly becomes a lot more difficult if we lose these guys. So, that's the name of the game. Don't take hits. Don't lose your sumptoriums. Try to find, honestly, if we can manage like is greedy for sure. If we can get like a rainbow poop or a full health pill so that I could like, that's not what I was looking for. If we could get to a place where I can like build an army and then get back to max HP and then just kind of roll from there, I think that's the dream scenario. Every little spirit heart helps as well. I will not say nay to any of the spirit hearts. Alternatively, we can just make sure that we're using some thorium a little bit more consistently. To make sure that they're staying at a higher level of HP. That would be nice as well. What do you got, item room? I think Spelunker's hat is fine. It's not stunning, but it's better than like potentially losing the run by picking up the other item. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And secret rooms are really good. There's good stuff in secret rooms. I think that's the right play. Okay, so just trying to think, what else do we need to do? We have both knife pieces. We're just trying to make it to mother, right? I think that's the name of the game for us, is just trying to make it mother. I also like the new effect that they added to Spelunker's hat. It shows you one room in advance of where you're going. This room sucks. It shows you what lies ahead, one room of where you're currently at. So you can kind of use that in I'm Not So Far, which is dumb. But I could be using that to like, to know if I'm going the right way or not. Oh, baby. You can use that to see if you're going the right way or not. Because if you can't see a room ahead of where you currently are, then there isn't one. So I should be using my brain a little bit more. Like, for example, there's no extra room down here, so this is probably a dead end. Take a look at that. I was doing that for proof of concept for myself. Just to make sure I was understanding the item correctly. And it turns out that we absolutely are. Dude, when we get like a nice little army of these guys going, we're pretty unkillable. We're pretty unkillable, and we melt most things in like 3.2 seconds. It's pretty awesome. Let's keep that going. Let's keep that going. Let's continue melting. It's crazy to think. It's not an uncomfortable feeling. It's a weird feeling, and maybe that's why this run is feeling a little nostalgic. It's wild that we're getting close to the end of Isaac, a game I've been playing for such a dang long time, and that we've been recording for such a dang long time. And like I said, you guys can let me know in the comments. Maybe you will like quite literally riot if we stop recording it. In which case, I'll do my best to appease you. Oh, was hoping for some items there. That's okay. I'm not saying Isaac is like definitely a goner or anything, but I could certainly see it going that way. And it's just crazy to think of a world. Wow, we got full HP. It's crazy to think of a world where we may not be playing this game every single day. It's a little surreal. I do want to fight the mini boss, and you know, I'm not getting emotional. You're getting emotional, basically. Stop cutting onions is what I'm trying to say. But it's been fun. I cannot say anything but fantastic things about this game. And we're not done yet. I'm not, you know, sometimes I do this whenever I record. I would like to play you, but we need the HP. Sometimes whenever I'm doing a Nuzlocke, I find myself starting to do this as well there. Like, even before the finale, Lo Monstro, even before the finale, like second to last episode, I start like, wow. Sometimes even like second to last episode, I start recapping the journey and, you know, putting the proverbial bow on things. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that, but I do that quite often. And I feel like I'm starting to do it here too. We're not to the end yet. We still have to, win this run, which isn't, okay, it's kind of a guarantee, but it's easier said than done. Although on this run, it may just be easier done. I lied. But we have to beat this run, and then we still have to do Tainted, Jacob to Beast, which I think is going to be a nightmare of a run. Maybe you disagree, but to me, it seems like that's going to be an absolute nightmare of a run. Sun card? To me, it seems like that's going to be one of the hardest challenges in the entire run, which is why I saved it for this long. We still have to do that. No angel deal. Rip. And even then, we're not done. Take this. Even then, we're not done. Then we gotta go find all of the items that we haven't picked up yet. Which I will check after this run. Okay. We are starting to get to the place that I was mentioning before where I'm a little concerned. We could use... Peace. We could use some more HP. I lost my Eternal Heart. That's unfortunate. I mean, like, HP containers were doing good, but we could use a way to, like, fill them more reliably so that we can always have a big army of followers. Otherwise, we may have an issue here. Okay, let's try... It's probably through the big room. It's probably through the big room, so we'll do it. Yo, I look at these enemies so differently now that I know about C-section. It's just like a little C-section baby. What a good item, by the way. I'm excited to get that item more in the coming days. Okay, don't hold down too much. I know it's weird because you got technology. And technology makes you want to hold the button down, but you got to be a little careful not to let the HP get too low. We can pick this up. Any extra HP containers on the floor are just amazing. Try to get to the boss as quickly as possible. Not exactly melting that guy. I would have expected that we killed him a little bit faster. That was slightly concerning. Probably no need to be too concerned, though. We are still melting most of the enemies in the game, so I think we're fine. Fill that back up. You could always call them back if you need them. Call them if you need them. Some red hearts on the ground would be lovely. We know we're going the right way. Dude, Spelunker's hat actually kind of goated now. The fact that it more or less shows you the right way, that's like the bane of my existence. You know how much I complain about going the wrong way in Isaac. Full health pill? That's a piece. That's a piece of peace move by you. Lemon party? Speed down. Bombs are key and a power pill. It's a pretty rude room, all things considered, but I don't think it's gonna sink us. We got Rot Gut. Rot Gut is mad annoying. I'm pulling back the sumps. Pulling back the sumps, just trying to keep him alive here. Melt him, melt him? Melted, maybe? I have no idea what's happening anymore. A deal with the devil, really? Really? You're gonna hook me up with a deal with the devil? It's unfortunate. Abyss turns things into flies. I mean, this is better than what we have, so we'll take it for our boss fight. It's definitely better than Bob's Rotten Head. The question is it better than just having the HP container? To which my answer is maybe. I have no idea. Also, I forgot to sump. I forgot to sump and get our HP back on this floor. I really hope that we don't end up paying the price for that. That would be such an unfortunate way to end this one. But we're very strong. We have the magician. Oh, I just got it because I pulled 2 of those guys back. Okay, so it still worked out. It worked out. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. There's no concern. Really, like, the only thing that could potentially sway me from... What the heck is that? The only thing that could potentially get me to put down the magician card would be a sun card at this point. Some sort of full health. Some sort of full health ability. That's probably the only thing that would come in more clutch than just being able to just melt everything with homing lasers. So if one of those drops, I'll switch. If not, I will be happy that we held the magician card for this long, because I think it's going to come in handy. It shouldn't really matter too much because... Okay, there's the boss fight. Dude, Spelunker's hat. you wouldn't think it's much of an improvement. It just shows you one room ahead of where you currently are, but that's very, very valuable. It's tremendously valuable. Okay, we go down here. We magician card. Okay, magician card is working. Thought it wasn't for a second. Just make sure you're sumping regularly. Just make sure you're sumping regularly. The homing tiers seem to be doing some weirdness. If I'm not mistaken, homing tiers seem to be doing some weird stuff, but it's okay. We are still pretty much just shredding, as we envisioned that we would, which is very exciting. Use some thorium every now and again. All of the lasers like coalescing in the center. That's a beautiful sight. Keep hitting her. Keep hitting her. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I was concerned. I tried to like sow a little bit of artificial doubt into this run, I guess you could say, or like convince myself that we might have some issues here. I was like, if we win this run, then we'll only have to. No, there was probably never a doubt in our minds that this one was gonna be a dub. Although I will say, not quite melting the second phase as fast as I would have hoped, but at this point, that's like first world problems. At this point, that's first world problems. Oh, we didn't beat her quite as quickly as I was hoping. Doesn't matter. Fantastic. Boom. Little Clot has been unlocked. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. We have one more run. We have one more run and we're done. It's Tainted Jacob to Dogma. That's going to be a rough time. Let's also see very quickly. Let's take a look at our items. Let's see how many we still need to pick up. So if we haven't picked them up or unlocked them, they'll have a question mark. So these are all old. So we've done all those. Show me the repentance items, maybe. Any question marks in here? There were some random Afterbirth Plus items I hadn't picked up because the save file was doing some weird things. So yeah, like here, I don't think Book of the Dead is new. So this is from Afterbirth Plus, but I haven't picked it up. I don't know what it is, but we have to pick that up. I'll have to like Google what these are. But we need to pick up one item. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items. There are 8 items that I have not yet picked up that I will need to pick up. Probably we'll just do like a greedier mode run and break the game and find them all, but it's gonna be a challenge in and of itself. That'll probably be a stream. That seems like a stream activity, grinding the last few items. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider showing some support down below. Like and comment, subscribing, help out a great deal. Share with the grand mothers always. But that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.